What is going on YouTube? Happy Star Note Sunday. I figured that since all of you guys are participating, or a bunch of you at least, I would go ahead and share a little something that I have put together and have not, I don't believe, shared in the past. So without further ado, what you see in front of you is a full set of Star Notes of all the types of denomination that is current and circulating as of right now. We still have some of the older denominations, the non-colorized large heads and small heads that are going around, but this is of all the notes that are still printed to this day. So first we'll start off with a nice little strap here of Star Notes. This is of 100 consecutive stars. I've found a few of these in the past at the banks when I get bricks. Every now and then you'll see a regular run of these straps in here. I've done pretty well with trading and or selling them, but this one is the only one I have remaining, and I decided to hold on to it. Next is a deuce. This is a 76 deuce, not the newest version, which is the 2017A, but this is the first year it came out in Bicentennial Year series, and believe it or not, this is actually a semi-key date here in a very solid looking condition, high AU I would say, with some light handling. The Richmond district, which this one is semi-key with 640,000 notes printed total. Again, remember the run size is not always, most of the time the run size doesn't really mean anything, to be honest with you. That website, My Currency Collection, that will show you, it's super rare with the run size of like 640,000, but then you look at the total printing and it's like 9 million notes printed. Those notes will never appreciate in value, to be quite honest with you. And unless they're in like pristine unk, you're probably not going to have anything above face for the most part. But when you have a total printing that is low on top of the run size, that's where the desire is, because it's all about supply and demand, guys. And so anyways, the E district for this year's series is kind of the semi-key. The I and J series are the actual keys. I forget, I think it's 320, I want to say, or maybe it's 250,000 printed, but significantly less than even this note here. So I think Denley's of Boston had these going for about $100 in uncirculated conditions. So I doubt I would ever get that much, but nonetheless, a pretty sweet note here. Moving on is going to be a $5 star. This is the newest version of it, of the $5, you guys all know. Moving on here, this is a $10 star. And this one right now, guys, is kind of a this one has extreme potential to do well. The 10s I've struggled with actually finding a star note. This was the second to last, or maybe the last, I forget, note I've found that took me to find in circulation. And this set took me over a year to put together, by the way. It is not an easy feat to do it all from gathering it at the bank and or in your change, but this is a crisp uncirculated, probably a 65, 66, maybe even a 67. The borders are a little narrow on the right side, but this is at least a 66, I would say. And right now, as it stands, it's only 320,000 of these printed. So again, going up to what I was talking about with that deuce, if this remains with the total printing of only 320, in the future, this is going to be the key date to this series here, and the most desirable. So pretty cool, very stoked to find this. It was a single 10 inserted in between a whole strap of 10s, if you would, that were all consecutive. So obviously that one of them was a reject, and they replaced it with this one here, thus being a sheet note, as I mentioned in a couple prior videos of what that means. So really stoked to have that one. Moving on is Old Hickory here. Take a look at that, because soon this will be replaced with Tubman. The new president in office is quickly performing that, if you guys haven't seen in the news. So this is going to be, old Andrew Jackson is going to be getting replaced here shortly. And I think these notes will probably go up in value, to be honest with you, over the years, just because of that. As with anything, when you usually have something new. So I'm actually looking to get some fancy serial notes and stuff with this type of design, because this will soon be obsolete, if you would. But anyways, here's a 20. Moving down to the 50, not the best condition, but I do have one, a little bit lower of a serial number. But again, look how much are printed, so nothing really crazy there. This I believe was the last one that took me to find. 50 stars are quite difficult. 50 and 10s is what I struggle the most with to find. But good old portrait of Ulysses S. Grant. And finally, we have old Ben Franklin there on the 100. He's been on the 100 for a while now. And so this is 100 star, decent condition. I also have the non-colorized large head I found in circulation star notes. That's pretty cool as well. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this edition of Star Notes Sunday. This is my little typeset that took me over a year, about a year and a half to put together. So it's not all that easy, guys. But I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, Silver Surfer out.